Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is GB Winging It, and doing some early morning runs. I figured I'd take you guys along for the ride with me. Let's get all set up here and let's get ready to go. Guys, we're taking advantage of another crisp, cold Saturday morning in late October. It is the 29th of October and we have temperatures here in Queens. I'm in Long Island City, Queens. That's in one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, and it's currently about 41 degrees with real feels of about 38. I am not wearing my heated gloves because I had the heated grips and the heated seat really turned up pretty high when I was on the highway a few moments ago. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how transformational this DCT transmission is. I mean, I've had this bike for about 4 years. You've seen my videos on how to shift the DCT 4 different ways, how to manual shift it, and I have to tell you, for relaxed riding, it gets no better. I mean, you can ride this bike so many different ways. When you want to wick it up, you can get into manual mode and do your thing. Have a little police activity here. For you guys familiar with New York and Queens in general, if you're familiar with Astoria and Steinway Street, years ago, this place was bustling. It still is now, but there are more smaller shops, and we had a Woolworth here, we had a general store here, we had the huge Steinway Theater here. But back to the subject at hand, this DCT never ceases to amaze me. 4 years later, it gets me all excited because it allows me to ride this bike so many different ways. It can be so relaxing when you want it. You can throw it in the auto mode and just hit the paddle shifters when you want to, if you want to. Or if you wanted to shift according to one of the modes, the Econ, whether rain, tour, or sport. I like to travel around in slow speeds on Econ mode. The bike is incredibly well balanced. I've said this before, but it surprises me to this day. It's really going to be hard to go back to a manual bike and that be the only bike having had this DCT. And we get the naysayers that say, hey, I want to shift my bike on my own. Well, you can. You just have to learn how to shift it in a different way. And if you're not opposed to learning, what a wonderful option to have an incredible transmission such as this. And I'm looking around because I'm saying I haven't done a proper jump off in a while. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump off on Steinway Street and we're gonna jump back on. That was a quick jump off. You guys ever get caught behind a garbage truck and smell some of that ripe garbage juice? Back to this DCT, which is not garbage, is far from garbage. Incredibly, wonderfully put together transmission. You gotta love Honda for doing this, taking this leap in 2010 and putting it out on a production motorcycle and really sticking with it. I mean, no other company but Honda could have done something like this. No way. Triumph, Aprilia, BMW, Husqvarna, Yamaha, Kawasaki, no way in hell are they putting that kind of money and time into R&D and sticking with it. Putting out motorcycles year after year, all different genres, touring, cruisers now, adventure tourists. They got it all. They have it all, and they're putting this motorcycle transmission and making it available to me and you and all of their motorcycles, and it's a wonderful thing. I had an incredibly relaxing ride on the highway to get into this area this morning, and I wasn't mic'd up. I didn't have the cameras on. But I feel like, you know what, I should have taken you guys along for the ride. You get enough of these rides on the highway when I'm on my way into the office, eastbound. But this morning, I was westbound. Guys, I just wanted to bring that to you this morning and let you know what's going on, how am I still enjoying this DCT, and how I feel that's going to be on my motorcycles moving forward. At least one of the motorcycles has to have this DCT option. I mean, it's that good, it's that fun. And yeah, you can do the slow speed stuff. I'm going no miles an hour here. Actually, I'm going 1 mile an hour. Look at that. And I'm talking to you. Come on, guys. Come on. I like to say get off the fence. A test drive ain't gonna do. You really have to take the leap and get to know her. And you will appreciate her as much as I do. The DCT transmission, incredibly relaxing. I mean, when you're ready, I mean, it is suited for the touring bikes, but it ain't just for the touring bikes. Speaking of bikes, I'm on my way to my favorite dealer. Take a look and see what they got going on in here. Look at an Africa Twin, and look at this, an Africa Twin. Guys, thanks again for coming along for the ride. This is GB Winging It, and I'm out.